Hi, my name's Sophia. Welcome to this tarot love reading. Welcome to this community. If you're on the Twinflame community, because this video sometimes goes to the New Earth community and the Twinflame community, please go over to the New Earth community because sometimes I don't post as many videos on the Twinflame community, but I regularly post on the New Earth community. Okay. Plus the Twinflame community, you don't get to see others who's in mission and things like that. So the energy I'm getting up is kind of an avoidance, but I am getting that your person's watching you, and what I'm getting is they like your voice, because I was getting like, and I was questioning, like, does that mean like they like how you sound, the sound of your voice, like a sexy voice, or is it what you say? And I'm like, more like the sound of your voice. I'm not saying they disagree with what you're saying from what they say. If you've got a YouTube channel, you're a tarot reader, I'll be surprised if tarot readers are watching me, because I must trigger the fuck out of you lot if you are a tarot reader watching me. But what I'm saying is that's what I'm getting, is that they like your voice. Maybe they're listening to your voicemail and they're like, wow, this is a sexy voice. I don't know. That's a side note. But I'm feeling like this... I don't know, there's Easter holidays here, so this might be you lot. Dee said there's a half term, so there's a season now. Easter is it's an avoidance or focusing on that Easter holiday, maybe on the kids, maybe on the Easter festivals. What the fuck is that about anyway? I don't know. I don't mind, because if I love Easter eggs, I always go and get them when the price is dropped and eat a load of... I don't get it before because they're so expensive, but when there's leftovers, I get them half price because I love chocolate. Anyway, so I don't mind Easter for that reason. I don't know what else it's for. I don't know. But anyway, it's a religious thing. But I think there's an avoidance of focusing on that at the moment, to not focus on the connection, but pulled into your voice. I don't know why I'm getting... Let me just pull out the cards. I don't know why I'm getting that. Oh, I'm doing additional reading in the Facebook page, so check that out. I'm doing this one first, so check out that additional reading. The Facebook, you get tons of extra information. I put additional stuff in there as well. So if you like my readings, even if you don't like my readings, but if you do, then I'm posting an extra one today. I didn't last week. I completely forgot. I was so busy. Anyway, so let's jump in. Something about overcomplicating things. This is overthinking. It's something like, I was just saying that. Overthinking, complicating things. Eight of Swords, right? Because there's something like, and there it is, overthinking. Mr. or Mrs. Logical, right? There's something, like I was saying before the cards come out, there's something about overthinking, because, and it's like, this is for example, but it depends on your scenario. You or your person, no, I think it's probably your person. It's different versions for different sides of, like, for the masculine and the feminine. So for the I'll give an example and you pull it to your situation. Say as if you're going for a job interview and you're like, well, I don't want to go because I lied on the CV, a little bit of a lie, you know, or maybe they won't like me because I'm black, or maybe I haven't got enough qualifications to even apply for that, or maybe they don't want people who... I've got 6 children. If they found out I had 6 children, they won't give me the job. There's a lot of overthinking about situation, which what I'm getting is, don't complicate it. Just go for the fucking interview, right? You won't know until you do it. So, and I feel that's on both of your sides, with your masculine not coming towards you with their excuses of, you know, belief systems, religions, family stuff, right? They don't, and this is what this is about. The reason why I'm always battling with you lot about mission is because you don't even bother taking the risk. It's not like you lot can come up against me and say, Sophia, fuck you with your mission shit because it's crap and it don't work. No, the problem is you don't take the risks to even do it. It's not even a risk, right? And same with your person. It's like they just say, well, I can't come towards you because I'm married. And it's like, well, you don't even take the risk to do it, you know, to even separate. You both don't even try. That's what I'm getting with the initial energy before I was pulling out the cards. Temperance is, yeah, it's two-faced. Because you're saying to your person, leave the marriage. And I'm like, well, you're not doing mission. So it's two-faced with the temperance. This is, once again, this is the delay. If you're fully in mission like us on the New Earth community in the Facebook group, it's not like you can say what you want to your person. It's more like you feel balanced. The temperance is balanced. So whatever they're doing or they're not doing, so long as I'm in, I'll give an example with my situation of sorts, because it's not this. Say David was married and he's over there and I'm like, listen, you should be leaving that marriage now, right? And he's like, nah, because she'll take the house, she'll take the kids, I'll be shunned against my religious culture. That's why I said it's not really, because that's not the case, because it's not like that. And I'm just saying that, you know, say he said that. And I'm like, but you could take the risk by at least separating, right? Saying, I don't want to be married to you anymore, or something like that, looking for somewhere else to live. They're not even taking the risk, right? So, but if I'm taking the risk and I'm over here doing mission and I'll just say mission, because mission is massive. At least I'm doing loads of stuff within mission, right? And on the right path of it. It's not that I can then keep saying to David, get a divorce, get a divorce, get a divorce. This is like, well, all right, then you're just staying over there married. I'm moving on. Mission makes you move past that person, because the reason why you keep getting pulled back and you feel there's nothing you can do with it, because it's energy. You can't do anything with energy. So all these tarot readers and other people saying about cutting the cords when it's energy. And you might even hear tarot readers say stuff like, physically, nothing's happening. Energetically, you two are married happily ever after, because you can't do anything about it. But if you can physically pull yourself away from that person by doing things that are more relevant, such as your 3D job, then that energetic cord becomes less and less relevant. So in short, if David chooses not to get a divorce, he's not married. I got to make that clear, because there was a negative Nancy comment about he's married. He is not married. But if he chose, this is a scenario, a metaphor, if he was staying even in a marriage situation and he wasn't moving, it's not that I have a right, because I'm in mission, to say you need to now. I'll just be energetically and physically moving away from him, because I'll be balancing out my masculine and feminine by doing the right thing. This is about temper. Balancing out, because all this creates is an argument. Temperance is temper. So you're arguing with your person about getting divorced, and they're arguing with you about, I ain't getting a divorce, right? That's what this is, a situation. But it balances out your temper if you're like, because you can't change. This is about the law of acceptance. I can't make, once again, this is a metaphor, David get a divorce, right? He's not married. I've got to make that clear to the negative Nancy's. Fuck you. David is not married. But this is a scenario. I can't force anybody, and shouldn't, with the contract, is to make people accept what is, right? You've heard that spiritual term. Accept what is. So by me working on myself, I temper myself of like, stop getting frustrated that David is not getting a divorce. So I just like, okay, I accept he's not getting a divorce. So what next? okay, he's not getting a divorce. I'm going to focus on me. And by focusing on me and other things, other situations, maybe, just maybe I might meet someone else that's open to the same values or the same whatever, what I am about. And that's how you energetically move away. Instead of getting pissed off and angry. Because it's two-faced to tell someone to do things when you're not doing the same thing. This is the way, that's what we teach you in mission. There's no trickery here. We just teach you to focus on yourself. Self-love, like the other twin flames and spiritual leaders tell you to do, is, yeah, you can do that all day long. You can work on your inner child, but that does not stop you still getting pissed off, temperance, temper, angry with your person. They might still be angry with you, right? But it will change, because it'd be like, oh, they will realize, because they know. It sounds, I don't know how else to say it. It's not weird, but I'll put it like that. Because by you showing that you're pissed off with something, proves to that person that you're still interested in them. Because if someone came over to me and said to me, oh, you look ridiculous in that spotty jumpsuit, okay? And I'm like, I've got a green jacket on, mate. Right? What you on about? It wouldn't affect me, right? But if I'm like, fuck you, with my spotty jumpsuit is wicked, this is a designer label spotty jumpsuit, right? I'm pulled in. It's emotionally affecting me, right? By you focusing on you, and you have a life and you got things to do, which most of you haven't. I'm making that clear, which is the contract, which you mirror to what society is. The contract we have as Twin Flame Lightworkers is to mirror to other people what they do, what you do. So it proves to your person, well, she's still pissed off because I'm over here getting married. So she's still interested. He's still interested, right? But I'm like, when you accept, okay, they're saying they're not going to get married. All right, bye. But you have to be at a point where you get them to emotionally connect with you first. If, for example, this is long. For example, within the first year, say David was married, he's not negative Nancy, he's not married. Say within the first year, I said to David, okay, bye. You're not getting divorced. It's been a year, bye. But that wouldn't have been enough time for me to fully transmute into mission, because mission is changing planet Earth. So over the years, I accepted that he was coming towards me, even though he was married, right? Saying that, okay, that's his path. He's not ready. He's not, I'm not going to force him to do any changes. Mention it now and again. Look, I still make it clear. You got to get married, stop being married. You got to get a divorce. This isn't about me closing my mouth that I accept it, right? So mention it now and again, right? And carry on. Then like over those couple of years, 2-3 years, you're meeting them, you're chilling, you have a nice time. During that time, which you lot don't do, you're working on programs. You're working on volunteering. You're working on changing someone else's life, Julian Assange, or such as change.org. There's plenty of people you can help change lives on there. You're working on yourself. You're working on getting out into the community, right? That will then make you pull more into loving yourself, doing more things, so that as time goes on, if your person doesn't change, you're like, actually, I'm going in another direction. That's what mission does with the temperance cards. It balances you out so you don't keep focusing on your person. Then as you've emotionally, because temperance is 2 cups. When you think about it, it's 2 cups. So it's the love. It's making a choice. Then you make a different choice of love. Instead of choosing 2 cups of love for me and my person, you choose you and your higher self. Your higher self is the 5D, the connection of what you're supposed to do to change mission. Hence why I'm always all harping on about mission. 9 of Wands. Did I show you? I don't think I showed you. Does it matter? 2 of Cups, which is temperance, right? The 2 cups balancing out you and your higher self, instead of getting pissed off, the negative, with you and your choice to be with someone which you say ain't your choice, but it is your choice. You choose to stay with someone who's married, right? So accept that. Accept it. And if it doesn't change, once you change to your higher selves, because they give you guidance of what to do, hence you're watching me or someone in this community who talks about mission, right? That's when you stop getting angry with the situation and you move on. 9 of Wands, and what's this? 8 of Swords, like I said. This is over-logicating it. Well, you know, Sophia, if I get in mission, I can't afford mission, and I can't do mission, and la, 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 la. Start! Your person doesn't, like I say, the thing with the twin flame connection is they don't even start, do they? Even if they're not married and they've got a third party. I said to David, with the third party, he's like, he doesn't say to people, you know, that private. I like to be private, right? And I'll be honest with you. I'll say that's bullshit. That's not private. That's just being rude. Not introducing me to family is rude. I understand the concept of I'm very private. No one needs to know my business. That's what they say. But at the end of the day, that's still rude, right? Someone standing next to you and you don't introduce them. You don't have to. You can be private, but it's known, which you live on this planet, to be rude, right? And there's certain things, such as burping, right? It's rude. And you might say, why does the stranger care? But saying pardon, right? It's like, why do you have to even say that, right? If you're in public and just burping aloud. So it's being rude. That's how the feminine see it. The masculines use that, and I'm going to make that clear, use that example of being private, not to introduce you to family. They can start with saying, okay, I won't tell baby's mum, but I'll introduce you to my mum and dad. So there's a reason with the temperance that's going to trigger them. And this trigger is because temperance is angry, is because probably they've done it in the past and it fucked up, or some situation like that. So they are judging you once again, back to the contract. The contract is for you both to learn not to judge of past experiences. Because what I'm getting is it's the unknown of why they're not doing it. And they're using this excuse of private, which is quite a relevant excuse. But then again, they have to accept that you are moving on, because you're not moving on. You're both just arguing and being defensive against it. But there's something, like I say, hidden here, because I'm getting the moon card over this. There's something that you don't know. But they prefer to argue about this, I don't want to get a divorce yet, or something like that, than to get to the nitty-gritties of, I don't know, for example, if I have a failed marriage, maybe I feel not like a man anymore. That's one example. There's something deeper of why they're not moving past it, right? Something like that. Or if I go and say that I'm in love with someone else, most people knew I didn't love this really woman, it was more of a religious thing, then I have to open up, and I'm not ready for that. I need counselling, and a pussy does counselling. I don't know. There's something that you're in the dark about, and it's to do with having the strength to deal with that situation because you're both staying stuck. 8 of Swords. It's with this 8 of Swords, it's got Jupiter, and yeah, it's about you may ask, I don't know, how I keep in contact with David regularly when you lot don't seem to manage that. David will 100% say the opposite to this. It's because I balance my temper. He will say we argue all the time. Well, we do argue, yes, but not to the point that I can't see David. Do you see what I mean? So his opinion will be, yeah, we argue a lot. And I say, well, yeah, we do argue about stuff. Because come on, it's a twin flame situation. You know, there's the third party stuff, which we're not happy about. I'm on the same path as you. But he doesn't understand is that majority of twin flames argue so much that they can't even meet up. They can't even have that connection. They can't even be together, such as yourself, right? There's an issue with it completely. And why I'm saying that is because It's like feeling connected to someone, but still going on your path. It's quite hard to balance out with the temperance. But it's about balancing out your masculine and feminine. Doing mission is the only way that helps you to do it. Like I say, others talk about inner child. That's one blip. I have had plenty of people book me and said they've had counselling and worked on their inner child, and they've booked Sarah Jane and Louise Hay and whatever. And it's like, did that stop you from the pool or wanting to be with your person, or did anything happen spectacular? Because it's massive, because you have a massive contract. 8 of Swords in reverse again. See, swords. Mr. Logical, Page of Pentacles. And like I said, with your arguing with your person about some element, it's about finding out the truth. It's like they might not be correct. And this is the lesson once again with the contract of the twin flames, starseed lightworkers as well. Ace of Swords to the Temperance. It's about, it might not be right, what your person is saying. I'm going to stay here divorced and I'm not getting a divorce, and I'm going to be with you. Someone might say, I want to be a cleaner, but they've just been qualified as an accountant. It might not be right, but it's not your job or anybody's to tell anybody what to do, regardless if you see it is wrong what they're doing. And what you're doing is seeing it as wrong, and it's affecting you. As I keep saying about narcissism, that the fucking idiots that talk about narcissism, it's like you're allowing someone to control you. Stop having a go at this person who's staying married. Stop having a go at, and I get it because you get triggered, but to do a video and write comments about the person is next level madness, right? Obviously, we're feminine and we get emotionally pulled into the situation. But to call your person a narcissist or to say they're controlled, then no one can control you. That's the truth. You're not understanding it. You're logicating it and getting all stuck in your head, right? And this is the mirror of your person. And that's why I said at the beginning, the initial energy, let's keep it short and sweet, and I'll get to the short and sweet version. You're over-logicating it. You're like, if only they did this and only done that, right? That's what he's saying. It's not your truth to tell them what is wrong and what is right. This planet is the experience. Let them experience either a negative or positive. And same with your children. They do things which you know they may fall, right? Let them fall. This is what this is, right? Not protecting them and overprotecting them. This is about let it be. You can only change you. But the temperance here, it's like stop arguing with other people about what you may think is not true, not their truth, not my truth. You focus on your own truth. Because arguing with someone else about truth won't work. That's why it's in reverse. You focus on balancing out your own shit. The King of Swords. Did I show you this? I think I did. I don't know. Ace of Swords in reverse. King of Swords. Page of Pentacles. The short version is, like I said, stop overthinking the situation. This is what the short version should be for you. I'll give again David's situation, which isn't his situation. This is just an example. Okay, David, it's been a few years. You're not getting a divorce. I can see that. All right, I'm moving forward. Right? That's it. Right? I'm open to new opportunities. Put it like that. Are you going to go see someone else? Well, you're married, mate. Well, no, I'm just staying there because this is a religious situation. I understand that. That's what you say. I understand that. And that's your choice. But my choice is not to stay in this situation which doesn't suit me anymore. And you get to that point when you got other shit going on in your life. You say, we're still cool? No argument here. I'm not being two-faced and telling you you can and can't do anything. See the two faces? Nah, what I'm saying is I'm starting my own new life, Page of Pentacles, right? Maybe get married to someone else who ain't married to someone else. Do you see what I mean? I'm starting afresh instead of staying stuck in my head trying to think, okay, I'll see you on a Saturday instead of a Thursday. Okay, I'll see your brother instead of meeting your mum. Okay, I'll see one child instead of 5 kids. That's all these logicating, right? What you can do to make the situation now, just start again. But you must balance yourself, right, to do that. And why you don't balance yourself, because you ain't got the strength to come from one committed belief tradition, 4 of Wands one side, cut that shit out to go to another commitment of who you are with the 1 in the middle, 9 of Wands, right? The sun and the moon balance again to go towards your sun, which you are, which is healing this planet. The sun heals this planet. The sun is happiness. The sun is mission. That's what you're here to do. Reiki, acupuncture, counseling, don't do that. Inner child, don't do that. The sun is this tarot is healing this planet. Without the sun, this planet fucked, right? A little counseling session, don't do that. We give you the quadrant of life. Why do you think collaborating is important? I can't do it all. I cannot. Mission people say they thank me. I'm like, listen, without you lot, I wouldn't even be here. I ain't got time to do tarot readings, image readings, counselling. No, I'm doing my part. That's the other steps I help you lot with. Without them, pretty much I'll just be having time just to do image readings. So this is what this reading is. Why is the King of... Yeah, so your person, this is you. You're stuck in your head this way, right? I'll try to do this, I'll try to do that, I'll try to do that, like I gave that example. And what your person does is logicate, right? Logicate why they should stay in this untruth. It's both of you are not in your truth. But as I say, once again in this reading, okay, David, that's your truth. You want to stay married. Fine. Regardless if I think that's right or wrong, fine. But I know that I can't do this anymore, right? If you can't get, you might feel these words. You might feel and think, yeah, I'm fucking at that point. But you can't leave it because you're energetically aligned with this person. You can't. And you can't cut that fucking cord because you tell me how you can cut the fresh air. You tell me that. You can't. That's what energy is. Cutting the cord of what? The fresh air. The only way you to do it is to find things and to go and get someone else. It don't make no difference. You can go on plenty of apps and Tinder and all this kind of stuff and get someone else. You won't feel emotions, that connection as you do with like as your person. Mission, you will feel like, yeah, I'm changing planet Earth. Yeah, I'm helping another person. Yeah, I'm healing the planet. I'm raising someone's vibration. You're actually doing something. You're volunteering. You're boots on the... If Julian Hassan gets expedited, I hope I'm saying that right, to another country, the likelihood of him getting 100 years in prison is massive. So he will die in prison. I can feel that I've done something to help someone who is a massive public, is it public? Someone who's massively important about freedom of speech and injustice on this planet. I'm doing my best, what I can do to help someone who is massive in this generation of freedom of speech and helping this planet. If he gets free, once again, I've done my best to get that person free. Oh, I do Reiki, Sophia, and I do tarot readings with extended readings, and that's one element. So because my focus is shifted, that energy is high. Do you see? I speak about that higher than what I spoke about David over there being married, for example. You have not got your correct focus. So your focus needs to change onto things that who you really are, such as mission, right? Then you can energetically pull away. You can't, and that's why twin flames just watch tarot and just wait for that tarot reader that does say, They're coming back to apologize. They're finally opening up. They're finally going to express their love. They're finally leaving the third party. And they say it over and over. And why do they do that? To all the fucking negative Nancy's are, this is why I left tarot readings, right? Is because it's your potential. That is the potential, right? Because, for example, if David then saw me energetically pulling away, because before, no, all I do is argue, and that is giving energy to him. This ain't the situation. I repeat, negative Nancy, David is not married, right? In fact, watch his talk video. He makes it clear he's not married. Right? This is, you hear that they say energy vampires and all that. Don't argue with a narcissist. Don't argue with an energy vampire, because you're giving them energy. When you're literally going on and doing something that needs to be energetically heightened as much as the person that you love, right? That's the key which you're missing. You need to match that, and matching that is mission, which most twin flame starseeds just do chat videos of spirituality or tarot readings or Reiki. It doesn't match that energy. That's why you're always pulled in. Hence why, like I said, I can always have that connection with David, because I'm matching something else so that I can temper myself when he's over there with the third party and it doesn't move forward. That's this reading. You need help with that, right? Counseling, mission. Mission people help you with the initial stages. Then I help you with the entirety of the rest of your life. That's what I find my contract is, right? Realistically. Temperance again, like I said, is 2 cups. Instead of choosing the love of your person, right? Choose you and your higher self. Now, choosing you and your higher self, higher mind, high priestess, your inner knowing, you're connected to mission. Fact, right? Stop lying. It's factual. And you know what you're doing. I don't care if you like tarot. I love tarot. I absolutely love tarot. But I know it don't change no one's life. Be realistic. Stop lying to yourself, right? I don't care if you say I love Reiki. There was someone here that loved geometrics and made these Reiki pyramids and loved crystals. And she was from, was it Andromeda? No, it wasn't Andromeda. I can't remember the actual Egyptian past planet of, can't remember. Anyway, but still, it wasn't enough. I said it's still not changing people's life, still not getting with you with your person. I don't care how deep you talk about it. People tell me about spaceship 244999, the galactic zones of the I'm like, that's very nice. I don't really care. It's very nice, you know it. How are you getting on with your person? How does that change planet Earth? Being your truth, right? Being your truth. And the truth is God is truth. Inside truth. 9 of Cups in reverse, Ace of Wands, Knight of Swords. Like I said, quick. This is just quick. Try it. Literally go to the website, read about what mission is. I'm always hopping on about what do mission. Read what it's about. There's no contract. If you don't like it, you can fuck off. Like I said, you don't even try. So you're not jumping into the unknown. So neither does your person. Oh no, I've been married, and oh no, what if the baby's mum take the mortgage, or what if they take my kids? You know, it's like you got to do the different, right? Everyone keeps to the belief systems and the traditions, same as you. But this is like, it will be a quick turnaround to your passion when you take something different and stop being selfish. This is extreme. 9 of Cups in reverse. This is extreme selfishness. Expectation of someone else to change. An expectation of them to do it your way. That's it. This is like me saying to David, okay, you're married. Fine, right? I accept that. I'm not going to argue with you being married anymore, right? But please accept if I'm moving on. Same way. That's this. You can say those words, but you don't mean it, like I said, because you're energetically still arguing and with your person. And they say that, don't get involved with a narcissist because you're giving them energy. You need to learn to pull away. 9 of Cups in reverse. Let me get more on that, they say. Yeah, you're just draining yourself. Look at all the cups. With all the situations, so I'll try this other situation. I'll see you on a Thursday, right? That's one cup that drained you. Okay, well, what if I just see Billy Bob, your brother, not your mum and dad? That's another cup that didn't work out. Or what if I see one kid instead of your 8 million kids? That's another cup that didn't work. This is you trying to love yourself and it's not working. All it's doing is draining your ass, energetically draining you. Hence the Temperance is balance yourself, man or woman. Balance yourself. But you can't balance yourself because you have a heightened connection with the Ace of Wands with your twin flame. So you can't match anything to balance yourself correctly, hence mission. Quick turnaround. And see the sword there in the middle of the Knight of the Swords? Knight of Swords. This is about quickly getting to your truth. It doesn't take long. You just accept it. Accept what is. And you accept that there's a third party situation, then you see your person, you see yourself person, this is how this should be, right? Ain't with your situation, this is how it should be. Okay, you met your person, he's got a third party situation, you accept it, but you're working on mission, and then you come, boom, you're energetically moving away. You still married, David? Okay, I accept that, but you now accept I'm moving on. That's how it should be. Starting afresh. But no, you lot stay in your head. What's this one? Appreciation. Okay, most people appreciate the positives, but without the negatives in lives, you would not know the positive. Find that positive from a negative situation. Your person may be married or in a third party situation, right? The shit. But there is no one on this planet that makes you feel how you feel when you're with that person. That's what kept me with David, right? That's what you have to do with that situation. Instead of, we need to talk. If you ever say that to the man, that's the worst thing you could probably say to a man. They're like, fuck me, I'm in this shit. I'm going to stall this situation. If you get them round and you talk to them about situations, then why would they want to come round again? This is about accepting the situation, right? And then you focus on you. And then it should change to, okay, I can feel that I'm losing Sophia, right? I need to then get a divorce. That's how it ends out. If David then chooses not to get a divorce, once again, this is a scenario, all good. I've accepted he is married. That's him, right? And you know he ain't going to meet anyone else because no one's going to accept someone just being married all the time. Maybe, right? But you wouldn't care because you've already moved away energetically by doing all this other stuff. So you'll just wish them the best. That's it. You balance out yourself. You can't get to that point. But trust me, they will feel that they're losing you. So that's when the tables turn. So this is this. But otherwise, you're emotionally getting drained. Appreciation, like I said, if you can't do that, learn to appreciate. Book counseling, and we can pinpoint, right? I have someone who, I can't remember her name. And she was like, her person makes love to her, right? Spends about half an hour spending time on her, right? Kissing her from head to toe, right? Saying how beautiful she is, right? You know, properly making love. That's very rare in situations, relationships, let alone twin flames. They don't. It's wham, bam, thank you, man. That's generally with sex. But she hardly ever saw him. He only stayed for an hour, and that was like every 2 weeks. And when they used to meet up, because she was local, he ignored her. And I said, focus on your one. I've said I've had thousands of readings. You're the only one who said that your person makes love to you. That's finding the positives, right? Finding the positives. Men don't do that. Television is intentional to make you pissed off with men. Men don't normally come round, put petal flowers on the floor and buy you the massive ring, bended knees. They don't do all that. And if they do, it's a bodge job. Like, you know, you have to pay for the ring. Then they give it to you, which you're like, what's the purpose of that, right? Or it's like, oh, I booked a romantic weekend away, but they spent all the money that is on rent or on your mortgage. So you have to then cover it. It's never like the television, right? Stop kidding yourself. Television fucks up relationships. Let's close it out. Long. It's always these times anyway. Unhealthy attachment. You're unhealthily attached to something. It's unhealthy how you're seeing it. It's not to do with the marriage situation. If David was married and he was coming to see me, that is his choice to come and see me. No one can say I'm breaking up the marriage. I'm like, he's the one who's leaving the wife, right? And he's a piece of fucking paper. Don't get me started with marriage. Don't get me started with marriage. I struggle to open up. Like I was saying, there's something about emotionally not open up. There's something about they love you, but they won't. They keep using. I think there's a past reason why if your person's not. Because why doesn't the twin flame say, listen, Sarah Jane, I love you. Please just stick with it. I know it's madness that I'm still married and I'm staying in this situation, but I do love you and just give me time. I don't love the third party. I just want to be with you. Let's just be together. Just give me time to work it out. They don't talk like that. Television make you think that they talk like that. They don't, right? They fucking struggle to open up, which once again is a contract to teach you to be in the truth of how man is. They don't talk like that. They don't. Television make you think like that. I watched this thing because I'm trying to find a camera, I keep telling you. And there's someone on YouTube who's brilliant and he researched about, and he does these very professional, like television adverts of every YouTube video clip he does. Everything is perfected. And he was showing different examples of camera, it's relevant, so bear with, different examples of different cameras of photographs of which camera, what it looked like. So you could see which camera you want, if it was more blurred or more whatever pixels and all this. And each photo he was showing was with his wife and his child. Such a Hollywood perception, which you lot love. So I get why people do that. But then when he was talking, I could hear the baby in the background crying and I could feel him like getting a bit irritated. He wasn't showing it, but come on, we're empaths. We can pick it up because I could see him kind of, his shoulders went up and he kind of knocked his head like to, because I could hear the baby. So, and he heightened his voice to cover up the noise. I'm like, yeah, that's real life, man. Showing off all your wife and all trying to be the Hollywood, but real life, the wife in the background with the baby crying. Get real, right? Your person struggles to open up and it ain't what it is. But you're an empath, you're a light worker. And seeing the difference, right, makes you rise. See the person rising up? Makes you rise up. And that's what we're here to do, to look at the situations correctly. I feel you will reject the real me. They've been putting on this facade and it comes to a point where they have to open up and say, I do love you, blah, blah, blah. But they won't if you're just arguing with them. Oh, she still loves me then. She still loves me then. Right? That's what this is. I'm going to leave that there. If you like my readings, check out my extra one on the Facebook group. Like I said, you get free additional stuff, free programs, free stuff like that. I'll put in a couple of free extra posts in there as well. Check that out. The link's in the description box to join. And don't forget, if you're on the Twinflame community, please join the New Earth community, because I don't post on here as consistent as I do as the New Earth community. Speak to you later.